and we're going to be talking to you guys about the ins and outs of world builder, creating characters, and writing your own. So, without further ado, a little bit of introduction.
I am Matthew, also known as the place.
Also, we're standing on the wrong side of the screen, if you can tell.
We've done worse. My socials are right here. Fun facts: I have been a cosplayer since 9th grade, so by my about 7 years. Like I'm in like my 3rd year of college, and I mainly like doing original concepts play, but Fireman, Doctor, or even my favorite, Newt Scamander.
And I'm Gold Sky of Gold and you guys may know, and I go by either. I've been a cosplayer off and on for about 4, and I primarily like to do art photography. That was a thing. Anyway, so I like to do mostly photography. I've been getting into cosplay, crazy, and I also like to do crossover and collaboration. Fun thing. So let's jump into world building. What exactly is it? So world building is worth the work if you really want to. And quite frankly,
it's frustrating.
And it can downright make you want to quit sometimes. But whether you're making a world from scratch,
or if you're established fandom,
there are some steps that both processes them and what makes them different.
And then we're also going to use the personal example of how it works.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to use the Google link right up here, or post them in the chat, and our stage manager will. I don't care about that anymore. I don't care.
Difficulties.
Anyway, so and our stage manager will ask them. He is moderating in chat under my account now, so if you came from any that is my husband. If you guys do end up using slides.app.gl/F, then it'll show up on my screen and I can answer. So, I want you guys to think of a land that you'd love to be. Whatever world it may be. Who's the creator? Where is it? What's the name? It's called a. This is my expertise. I do this all the time. You can ask my husband. I'm always making. I never shut up about it.
Understand.
Worlds like this are growling. Anime creators. Boy. Dragon Ball. Worlds as well have the legend of J.R. Lovecraft and even from Game of Thrones. These people are immersed, get lost in. But if they make every story has to start. It always starts in the crazy head of someone.
Exhibit A.
And Exhibit B.
Well, at least I don't deal with this.
So, homebrew world, a lot of people scratch, have a lot of, obviously, character arcs, characters they interact with, their relationships, politics, which always languages. This is a small a bit of the that comes from the world. Really want to dive into I can give. Let's dive into the world though. There are 2 general parts of which is general theme what kind of topic, but conflict, the more the goal of what, where's it going to be sci-fi, realistic? What is it? Is it more about you? Still a world, you still, so that counts as well. Then you have character. What character roles are you? Main characters have a main protagonist, even in a person is king, is it a topic? Starting person. Very, very basic. You don't have to dive in just to get your ideas out. All you have to do, okay, I want my protagonist to be this. I want the supporting character. Antagonist, challenge the protagonist like if you can answer those, you've got yourself part of the story. Then, again, general interactions and personal structure. Where's the character start? Dive into that later.
Definitely.
So the next part of the world is known as lore. Anybody play? Because Five Nights at Freddy's has a highly complicated lore that Scott Cawthon has.
And my cat always keeps trying to solve.
Yes. Drives Matt Cat crazy, drives people like crazy. This big old map in the I made my homebrew called Dryona. The lore Dryona has a rich, diverse history, characters, and the people in it. Or this is what is lore? As you can see on the screen, there's history, the politics, the struggle, the conflict, and then there's also the what rumors, what stereotypes, what is it? Folklore, what stories? What part of the history, what brings your world. So another thing that you can, which is what my crazy ass does, is language. Bigger and deeper and crazier. So picking a language, don't have to. I made a language called Arcasia. Arcasia, depending on the dialect world, and there are 4 spoken dialects, 1 written dialect. What you're seeing here is the written dialect. I can look right in this dialect, both print and cursive, and there's a grammar structure. Baby, basic major university. That is a lot of fun.
Human dictionary. Becker.
My mom calls me a grammar nut.
Hey, so, not bad, son.
I used to be really, really bad until I realized that language.
So we got a couple people in the chat. Hads mods for the win says, "Hey Matt, you've got a crazy head too." Art of DHT says hi, and Project M2 says, "You're a genius for making a language." Win.
Thank you. So. Also, I'm not a genius, crazy, and I have way too much.
Who doesn't?
Especially with COVID going around. But also, I'm just. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Really.
I'm dropping frames.
Oh, it'll do that. I'm sorry.
Disclaimer, by the way.
My computer sucks.
Yeah. And also, if you haven't guessed already, this is PG-13, so cursing. Fun!
Okay. Had says, by the way, it's Ultimum.
Ultimate NCU Spidey.
Yeah, that's what it. Okay, yes, yes.
Hi,
Ultimate
Mikey.
MCU
Hi,
Spidey.
Mikey. What did he say?
Just need that was them and they needed to change their username.
Okay, hi,
Okay.
Mikey. All right, but yeah, so I'm just a crazy ass little bit. Languages for fun. This is based off of let's see, grammatical structure of Japanese, pronunciation of Russian, obviously lexical. It's actually grammar structure, subject verb object, which we go subject. But well, actually, that is English. Verb object. I do. Noun verb. So actually, I wrote my notes wrong. It's SOV, object first, before or VOS.
Ultimate Spidey says you might have to yell a bit because you guys do tend to cut off randomly. So
Okay.
maybe
Sorry.
you could
We'll
project
project.
some.
Sorry, that's the one thing we forgot to add was the mic. We have a mic.
We have a mic, but sadly he's still in Japan.
Yeah.
Not
HMS,
that
Bad pun.
we have our first question. HMS Vesper says any pointers for people who want to make some kind of language for a facsimile of depth but aren't linguists?
Oh.
I actually tried. So I've been working on this language far beyond, way before I actually started trying to be. And my biggest tip for that is really, if you want, start out with the basics. What do you want your verbs to? You can even do what J.K. Rowling did, and base it off another. Already know Latin, but then foundation.
I like Dwarvish. Dwarvish or rings is a very how it based on. It was a very complex language. Like there was like even an appendix just to explain it, and
Also, the art of DHD followed us. So,
oh, cool!
yes.
awesome.
So, the here is that when you're making to create the depth, it don't have to be as crazy as I am. Make 5 different dialects, all slightly different. Can literally just. I think actually I was inspired by Christopher Paley. It's like Aragon, Berserker, Eldest. That's actually what really kicked off me when I was a kid. So you can take a page from his book. He just made a glossary. Find where he got all the. If anybody actually reads the appendix.
Also, I had something like that. As another example, Dead Space had a language, and in the back of the Dead Space 2 glossary, the last page of it, the Dead Space 2 strategy guide had a translation for the mythology language. That I literally wrote notes to my friends in that language. Like I kept a notepad with a key in it and would use that to talk to my friends.
Welcome
So
to the game
weird,
of code
but it was
word.
also hilarious.
Or like, let me explain this writing system. This writing system was inspired by a code system that friends used to use back in 3rd grade. And I don't know why I remember it. But you would basically make a tic-tac-toe board, and then you would make a dot. You make a tic-tac-toe board, and so on and so forth. X and meaning letters. And the dot was for every letter that was left. Or, sorry, on the right. Write it. We called it scratch Latin. But scratch Latin, it wasn't actually Latin, but like a code. But yeah, so really kind of enough about like and everything. Want to know about the dialects and everything? Or if we have more time.
Yeah, definitely.
But on to a different kind of world. Matthew, take the floor.
This is where I have a good amount of experience in, to say the least.
This is where his crazy comes.
Okay, so alternate universes and timelines. Possible. And don't confuse it with fan fiction or one shots. That's kind of similar, but yet not at the same time.
We're not talking about the website.
But alternate universe timelines. These are basically universes that are created from great existing fandoms. Like one of my most recent attempts for a AU that is not that we're not that. That's not our example. Is a character I made based in the MCU called Spider Anomaly. Based on an idea of what if Peter Parker had a brother, had some powers, but similar backstory, but seeing how they grew differently. And oddly enough, it worked out. But basically, the whole idea of alternate universes is that you put an OC in a seems like a very tight-knit universe, and you can try to see what you can do with them. Really, like what could they provide to and in this case, how this whole thing works is here. One, research, or sometimes we like metadata of the world, which wiki. Gosh, like I think they still make those movie encyclopedias, right?
Maybe. All I know is that like it depends on the fan. The fandom page. Some versus like Pokemon have like those guidebooks. Like they have literally like encyclopedias that you can buy or pirate.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Anyways, but research, because we're going to heavily emphasize that go through any of this, that research is going to be key, and we're going to explain why later. Then the contributions to it, basically being, what are you adding to it? What characters are you adding to it? What changes to the history? How big are the changes? Or have to figure out what are you adding to it? I don't want it to be like just crap, just like crapless. You just don't want to make it meaningless.
Your character needs to fit. Like you can. There's my character.
And then the story, or as I like sometimes, the new. Like, what is different, and what is your character's perspective going to add to this? And then knowing when to take creative freedom. Because with alternate universes, with the alternate universes, you know when to stop trying to make your character conform to the world and start making the world.
Or where. But patience.
And finally, as in everything. I wish I could have folded this, but I was told don't. So, okay. Right. Now, parts of the world. This is like shut it, Kotsky!
I'll make you shut up later.
But yeah, parts of the world, as you can see with that, this is where, again, research is going to come into play. The base world is going to be the research, the metadata access, what is the world to work with? I change you. Are you going to Pokemon? Are you going to
Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah.
That's a crazy one. Full leader is.
And like, what universe are you choosing to do with? What's this base world that you're starting off with? And what is going on with it? What's the politics? What's the situations and everything? Like, what is exactly going on? And basically, once you figure out exactly how it works, you have to figure out again the contribution, i.e., the characters. Like, what characters are you adding to it? Are you adding who knows, a energy being, a guy, girl, maybe get somewhat of a unique identity?
When in doubt, go with a gelatinous cube.
Oh no! Jesus
No,
Christ!
those things eat.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Bob. But you gotta figure out what kind of character you want to put in there, and sometimes characters, which we'll discuss in the next slide, there are different types of characters you can go with, and sometimes characters at base very interesting to work with. And then the lore again. What are you adding to the lore? What are you changing? Like, sometimes you have to take out something that doesn't fit well in the world you're making.
You can do exactly what MatPat does with math. Take out information that doesn't fit because it doesn't match the time. It's okay.
And then the social structure, which we'll be able to talk about that in a bit, because we had a whole situation. And then basically, etc., being just whatever things you want. And now.
Also, sorry that I'm a fucking hyper.
Oh wait. Yeah. Okay.
One more thing, and then we're gonna jump into the final part of what.
Which is the character.
World building, which is the fun part.
And by the way, if you can't tell,
Both of us are.
Picking the story, like, again, what's the fandom of choice? Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, but this is where it's, like, very important. Like, what's the whole point of an AU? Like, what is it?
Or it's like, you can make a character. It's like, what story? You can also do that, too. Start from the opposite direction.
And, how do the characters fit? You gotta constantly see where they fit at certain points in the timeline. And sometimes you have to have them do their own parts. Sometimes the main events they won't fit in until later on. And then once you figure out how they can fit into the character could actually be a more prominent character. The character
as a augmented reality. To take a little creative freedom.
And then always, this is an important thing because sometimes this will slip a lot of people up. You have to keep up to date with the source material because something will get changed, and sometimes they'll go through a flashback moment and explain something that was not staying on screen yet, and then it might actually uproot everything you might have written, and you're like, if you don't.
Okay, how do I tweak this now?
You want to make sure you can up to date. Don't. You don't want that. Trust me, I had to deal with that.
Twice now?
Think twice, yeah, with the same character. And I'm like, well then I'm shelving this for the rest of the time. Bye bye. But it's just again the research. Again, and
in any world, really. Research is normally people say don't be a jack of all trades because you don't need to. Here, that's wrong. Here, knowledge is your best friend.
Yeah, and again,
know as much as you can to do as much as you can.
Also, like for alternate universes, this is literally what kind of like homebrew.
Those are picky.
Oh, they are.
They are scary.
But like, it's just like, and if you want to be like, well, what about character development? What arcs and everything? Same thing with homebrew. Just have to figure out what else. As with world building, it's a two-way street. You can try to try to make the world fit the character so much until you reach that wall. Well, you don't know what to do because like you're trying to conform to their world, and that's where you have to take creative freedom.
And
it's the only way for character development, and which will lead us.
That is the
to our next
perfect
thing.
segue to contact, which is called the
Character
profile. And
I had timing on that one, but hey, we're working.
My brain is running at 1,000 miles.
I'm only working at like 99.
What? Oh god.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry. Please pardon the stage man.
But basically, the character profile, how you bring them to life, and this is something we've been trying to iterate multiple, slightly allude to. But making an OC may seem easy. It ain't.
It's really not from me.
I made like about.
But anyway, so this is only mine because I'm a hyper organized
Crazy
ball
nut?
of chaos.
Oh, I was going to say crazy nut.
I mean, I am a nutcase. We've already established that. But the in-depth profile has 3 general parts: general information,
and then finally, placing them in.
but if you find whatever way. So much like a D&D character, much like when you're playing D&D, your character sheet everything about your character has everything from Starbound, what their occupation, general likes and dislikes, and then brief little background how he fits in Merrick, as they call it. So the character profile is your Bible. General information is phenotype. They look like. You can be very basic at first, and as you start to put, you're like, oh wait, I might need that way. I remember further.
We literally had to change one of your characters, once because of one huge thing that could have made everything just better, which we'll discuss again later because that again is part of our example. So, really interesting.
Their backstory. How did they come? What did they do? In this case, what was their life like before? And homebrew, what was their life like before your? Even if you don't reveal all of this in a way, it's good to have it. Again, knowledge is your best friend, and have the whole deck of cards. Throw as many. Finally, likes and pastimes, hobbies. But hobbies is like by color coding birds.
Here,
And so,
and then also want to add in because this is actually one we had to learn recently. One of the universes we created, we had to work with an aging and academic system, which is
it was foreign to us.
It was foreign, and we were afraid that with how far we were in the story, we were afraid that we may have effed up. Luckily though, when it was brought up to me, I did my part of my research for my character. Everything was worked out, and everything just bounced out. And while with Wynn here with their character, it worked out as well. But I imagine they went through more panic than I did.
Yeah. Because this character ends up actually being the oldest in the classroom, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
Because since academic system up between it's hard. So, oh well, if I this birth, they were the youngest. Act a certain way, I was expecting. There's a way to fix it. And so that's exactly what I did. Put it on a sticky note, I put it in the character sheet, and that was it.
Yeah, luckily though, that is one thing we've learned, that even for that small shit, you need to research. Because that's where it's like, knowing the world you're putting them in is really going to be.
And knowledge is power. So, the next section, as I said, is key relationships. You can think crazy ass.
If anyone knows Kingdom Hearts, I hope you appreciate that. This was the best thing I could find for this.
So, have any love interest? Have to make it. Who are their rivals? Who are the people that push them? What? As well as also be motivate.
And this is kind of where it's like, we've literally had a conversation about this last night during one of our practices.
Shippable moments.
Where it's like, here's the thing. Yes, this term ship is, and yeah, mostly when people refer to a ship, it's a love ship, love interest
A
ship.
romantic.
Yeah, and but here's the thing: it's not always like that. Sometimes you are allowed to have shippable moments with characters that doesn't have to go down the love interest line, and you don't have to feel like you have to send. Like they could just be like friends that practically become family, family getting closer with each rival soon friend. Like shippable moments just means it's building a relationship. It's not building any romantic on.
Like, for example, I really ship. I really Baku, but not love their platonic fact that Bakugo. When Bakugo. Um, but it's also like I've seen romantically.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about the monstrosity of shipping.
Yeah, we're gonna say that and leave that there.
Sorry, I love Ruby guys, but I'm not delving in that department with a 10-foot pole. Even then, not even going to attempt. Anyways, so as we go for the
Yeah. So finally, milestone. So this is a fancy word I like to use as a game master in Dungeons or a dungeon master. There's like 2 experience points. Good game stuff.
and
So
let's be frank with this. This does not mean chapters. Not way, any shape or form. Focus on what they're doing during this time, what they are experiencing, developing, and yeah, you can write it as if it's a chapter, but that isn't what.
yeah, you can just use it. Have to do, which is legit writing out story plots and dialogue. Don't have to. But milestones are designed for how does this how do I want I have actually
Don't worry about
God
it.
bless it. Anyway, in this little oh wait,
Oh,
it's
they
right
found
here.
it.
So in this little this was not originally I have milestones for each character.
I don't know if you guys can see. There's a crap load of writing in this.
See? This is a milestone thing that I did. It's just like this is the characters are in pink and each of the bullet points are development chapters that I want development pieces that I want them to hit in each part of the story. That's something you can do for world building. You can by hand. Passively do it that way.
But basically,
but your
character
character
is some on both ends. Where it's like, what are they? Are they like internal? What part of their thoughts do we? My character. There's something that's like it's glossed over when you first see them, but then learn more about them later on, and then vocalize what they think. You realize they're not as open as not even to the reader. It's something you learn and then externally
they go through an aesthetic change. Or wearing a different clothing. Or outward display of affection. Outward attitude.
So, Project M2 says this has been so helpful. Thanks for these notes.
No problem.
By the way, you guys will be able to have access to PowerPoint when this is. That way, you guys can have your own world building Bible to help you guys out.
For just $19.95.
No.
No, we're not cheap.
Nope.
We are not cheap.
Nope, I
No,
try to make money off of help.
no, don't worry. That's just me being
that's
a terrible
just
person.
that's just my husband. A snarky.
snarky comic relief. I just try to be the funny one.
But the reason why I say milestones have to be part of your character that characters, like humans, and have to faster. You would. Like,
very creepy. If you can't tell, there's a reason why we chose Pokemon so much with this. It's like because we actually we're working on base hero, and
speaking of
which will lead us into our example.
I am going.
Want to pull it up right now?
I am going to be pulling.
Okay.
Welcome to. This is little of a design.
But this is the Pokemon Hero project.
This is
project.
Our past 5, 6.
Yeah, it's about like how many pages now?
It's
I think over 500.
Last time I checked.
Yeah. We are busy little bees because we have nothing else to do with our time.
So this is the table of contents. This is my character sheet. I threw work into friendship. And then motivation. And I milestone.
Yeah, but that'll just leave marks.
Yeah. So and then we have the milestone.
And we do from multiple perspectives. And by the way, the only reason why there's only one perspective is because it's just how the narrative.
Basically, the first overlap is Haruko's Deku has Bakugo.
Okay.
Katsuki, I swear to fucking God, shut up.
And with this whole universe, like this originally started as me just doing my normal headcanon bullshit. And I think it took me until I kind of had troubles going on. And then knowing Wynn here had their own OC for this universe, I was like, let's team up. Let's work. And then this 500 of beauty, 500 page beauty happened, and we're now we went past season 4, and we're now just prepping for seasons 5, 6, 7.
And also, fun fact, Min June was not originally designed for Boku no Hero. I threw in the fact that she had a core. She was not originally designed from a with another. She and Wynn.E come more of a sci-fi. Greyland.
And what's interesting about also, not only are they from other worlds that they've created, but also some of the characters are based on themselves and the people around us. And that's the one thing about creating characters, especially when you're making a world. Regardless, again, homebrew, it all works. Characters you create, you base on something. On my case, I based most of my characters personality-wise and appearance, but other than that, they are more the skills they have. And I even have a character who's literally based on my own mother. Except the fact that this character has copper hair, while my mom actually is. I just say it because and then I have another character who's my character's love interest, who literally is based on a concept of a person new, but also based on what for my character as a compliment. While our characters are mainly compliments of each other, they also need kind of their own compliments when it comes to. Trust me, we considered it, and that is not gonna happen within 10 million fucking years.
Just because
leaving that alone.
Oh. AC. I'm married, so that's a little.
Because we identify for our characters so much, and that's one of the fun things about having characters based on yourself. You can identify them, you can understand them, and it helps you write the character better. But you do not want to get overly attacked, because that's where the idea of disbelief falls short.
Also, as Steve says, be a writer, you have to kill you. In this case, I don't mean actually off. I mean you suffering have to grow. That's why I learned fail. So
that's kind of just how character development is.
I cannot tell you are not your character, and so you have to hurt them.
I've gotten better. I've gotten better.
But I've had to pull him, find him. Yes, the self attitude. What you want to do. I can talk, I swear. I've been doing it for an hour now. And
40 minutes.
Basically an hour. Been doing this for an hour. Are basic parts of your you are not even when you cost for any persona, you are not that character. And plain and simple.
And also, adding on to that, you can also make already pre-existing characters that you created, or that you cosplay, or even instant.
I mean, in very minor spoilers, but in season 4 of Boku, they threw in an Easter egg that nobody was able to unsee.
And we're not bringing it up right now.
No, but it's such a cute little Easter egg.
I know.
Yeah, so we have milestones. We put the milestones up by season. I've actually been
Also, scroll back up a bit. Example, we have actually done our own arc. We've done multiple of these. Actually, we've done a crap ton of these actually after season 4.
Season 4 is really. Here's another one. This is the third arc that we created. This is
where it's like we had to make the world them a bit better. We already made them fit the
episode 0. This is not supposed to. This little.
Oh, you want to scroll up to show them what we did? You want to scroll up?
Okay, so before we show them, if they didn't get the sneak, didn't notice.
This goes back to the whole shipping thing.
This is the love interest. Both of our characters have, but both of the same.
Yeah, and
stable.
But their love interests are reflections of themselves in different ways because they're opposites enough. That's kind of what's like. You wanted them to be opposites.
As our character, but opposites attract. Don't always work.
So basically, I worked with an original concept. Wynn here.
I managed to grab a character that was not already shipped. And
it oddly worked.
It was actually a crazy caffeine driven because
And basically, we shipped Wynn's
so
character Haruko.
Minjun, or Haruko, like both. Who she looks for in a love interest, she is. That doesn't give it away. I don't know what. Other than the fact that she calls him.
And we actively mentioned him here while splitting character. It's Katsuki Bakugo.
Katsuki Bakugo. So
Because to ship Bakuharu.
he is not officially, canonically shipped with any other.
And by the time he is, we kind of were like, we already done our own thing. That's where we're just going to diverge and find a way to make it fit. But
so this is where unplacement, all the ones that we get out of them.
And like literally,
There's
like,
a
this
lot
was
of
like
them.
wait, scroll back up. This was your idea. This was kind of like how
This was a mixture
ideas, and then basically this was one of my most favorite ones because we made the moment I like to call the lake scene.
Break Katsuki.
But it's like these arcs and everything, and it's we tried to now really bring characters. Again, we don't know where this year's development we haven't covered yet. We're gonna cover when they finally show us these arcs. Then we're like, what do we want that we know?
And this is where you have creative freedom. Have fun with your characters. Let them have fun. Let them be stupid. Let them be kids. Because after all, they're still kids, but they're teenagers in this case. So let them be teenagers. Already really have Sakura.
I think it's easy rocket, but still, that's up for debate.
Tomato.
I know. And then Kitty Mina. And then finally Jironari, as you like calling it.
I call it Jironari. Which is later on in the manga, more prevalent.
But overall, though, what we're trying to demonstrate, once you start working on this with all the information, build something like this in a month, but it's not going to be easy. I have to go through a couple reviews and fill in some arcs that we feel like he literally made their character colorblind about within what I like to call within season 6.
Yeah.
Like while we were in season 6, we were like, why did we make colorblind again?
Honestly, it's because I've never seen any character that I've ever read in that was colorblind. And so for me, I like to crazy. Try to make Haru doesn't really. That's all. But in blind, it's so bad, and so it's brother.
And let's just say there was a nice little shock to the world when first learned about it. But either way, though, it kind of just added more definition to it. Kind of helped explain characters' friendship, the friendship between characters.
Also helped explain hobbies.
Yeah.
Like shopping or cooking. Because
she can't cook blind.
And it's not blind, it's such
Cryptonopia is all fickle bitch.
Yeah. So also think about it. If you can't see the color yellow, which color is yellow closer to? Red or is it closer to blue?
Pink All Might.
All Might, pink, alright, and
pink present Mike, and let's may I say, actually not a bad guy.
Honestly, the pink.
Anyways,
so,
now
can you give me
nope, just people being excited to get the thing free.
Dude, we creators gotta help each other.
Free shit's always good.
But now that we've discussed all this, let's go into our pre-verse. If anyone has any questions, we have like what?
We've been at this for almost an hour.
But we'll like maybe couple more minutes, like maybe half an hour at most.
And my phone.
Questions?
Fast.
Oh no!
My bad.
Spaghetti-o.
You're 10 minutes out from an
I know.
But we'll quickly go into questions.
My phone.
Oh no.
What the hell?
Any questions, commentary?
If you guys have any questions right now while we try to get back
While we
onto
handle
the
our
slide,
technical
please say
pass it
in the chat.
along to the.
Yeah, please get in the chat and we'll cover anything that we may have overlooked or better explain. Or we're literally here practically. Okay, and if you actually want to ask more questions, you and we
Discord,
can answer
if
some
you
questions.
have me on. So I'm available on all three. Discord, Facebook, all generally the same handle.
And for me, same thing on FB and IG, but on but on Discord, I do go by the Anomaly. I am Coco and you can ask me questions there as well. But basically, though, this is kind of just like I want to say the starter pack for world building.
And if you want to get any DLC, just ask.
We'll try to we'll try to give you more info, and if we do, we'll definitely try to. Who knows? Maybe a mini panel, go more in depth with some character creation or on world building research. English slow. So,
No questions.
Okay, well, if there's no questions, then I'm going to stop sharing my screen because my phone is being a jerk.
Really, it's being.
Oh, there.
Oh, is it back now? Oh, it's back.
Hey, it's working.
It says it right as about we were about to say fuck it.
But either way, everyone who came, we didn't actually see all of you or how many people are actually watching, but this is going to be a recording, so for anybody who gets to miss, share this with your friends. It'll be up in my Twitch archive. You guys can download it.
And it might be even on. We might be even Porticon. So if you guys are want to, or again, contact us. We're gonna have any questions.
If you are in the BCC board, I'm going to be posting the and for those of you who are not in the BCC, I will be posting it on my Facebook. Message me and I'll give it to you.
Alright.
All right.
That, I like to say this is the Anomaly logging out.
And stay golden, my lovely.
Alright.